Got ourselves Gossagry over the team 1 on the Hunter. I like this look. I like how like the normal original Night Owls can go for like a bandana look. I kind of like that, unless it's a cosmetic. Pretty sure it's like just the original normal customization, right? Yeah, pretty sure. I like that. We got Curdy over here as a shadow priest. We got Lowe's Pala, this Mershka, as well as WFN with Bayek over for the team 2 Aloe. We got ourselves Killer. We got ourselves Young J, as well as Wind Fury Bot is in for at least one round, but hopefully we'll actually get a proper chance to play. Now, this arena is going to toss you out eventually, so you will just have to like hang out by the stairs. Yeah. Once you like come down, you would just have to chill by the stairs. That's about all we can do. This is the weird part about this arena. Is it Curdy or Lowe's Pala first? I think they're both trying to figure it out. It looks like Lowe's Pala is sticking his, staying in and keeping his, spot. Getting hit with a flurry immediately by Young, who's got himself Blizzard on one side. Frozen Orb does not connect from the other end, unfortunately. Got himself a little bit of that, Ring of Frost. I can after this match. Yeah. I can definitely get Saya in after this match. It's going to be a trinket out of Lowe's Pala really early on. Young J does have icy veins, but it's going to be Pala backing up out of there, just letting the Dawn Light melt him little by little. And that's probably the best way to go about it as a Paladino versus a mage in particular. Trying to hit him with a blind does not connect, unfortunately. It's going to be a full stun. Lowe's Pala might just have to bubble this potentially. No, actually, Shield of Vengeance with wall is going to be just fine. Does go for the Spell Warden at the end of it anyway. Power out for Young. We'll have to wait out until Spell Warden is gone. For Lowe's Pala, this is an opportunity to at least push in some pressure, push in some damage. It's going to go for a knockback. Does throw in the hammers. Frozen Orb, unfortunately, will not connect. The Blizzards will slow down Lowe's Pala even a little. For Young J, he's going to have to be very, very careful with that Dawn Light. Does not have a blink, is going to be blocked. He has 2 immune, so you might as well use them. That's a trade within Lowe's Pala using his Spell Warden. And Young now using his block, so now you'll have a second block for the bubble. So you should be mostly, I think, okay. At least I think you should be okay. I wouldn't feel super like... I feel like you should be just fine. You should be okay, unless some other Pally just turns around and just questions you with just a giga damn. I think it mostly is going to be okay. Stun available for Young is not going to go for the stun. Drop it down Meteor. Flurries down to make sure things are critting. You get those shatter bonuses. Try to stay away from Lowe's Pala, who is going to send at least one Dawnlight into himself. Spike around the corner does not get sent. Alter time around the corner though. Maybe just go in and stun. Looks like he's starting to set up a stun. He's just going to rush him. It's going to be a blink to get out of that stun. He will not be able to go for lockdown until Lowe's Pala fully. It's going to be Wake of Ashes. Trying to see if he can get those Dawn Lights rolling into Young, if he can help. It is going to get at least one go. He needs to get a second one to extend that dodge duration for Young. Oh, he's got his shields right down in order to keep himself afloat here. Frozen Orb, unfortunately, does not quite connect. Massive hit by the Paladin out of left field. I actually thought that this would be an opportunity for the mage to potentially take some damage, but a bubble, well, ice block expected. But then the Pally just came out of left field with some giga damn. Bubbles out Bayek immediately. Are you a herald? Might be a herald. Is going to go for a Searing Glare, trying to see if he can stay aggressive. For Lowe's Pala, that aggressive use of bubble is going to let himself a stun full damage out to Bayek with a Searing Glare, so Bayek can't even go counter offensive. All you can do pop shield the defenses. And then try to see if you can maybe lift Shield of Vengeance. Shield of Defenses. Why my brain jump to Shield of Defenses? It is a defensive shield. Layering hands out for Lowe's Pala with a layering hands for Bayek. I think Bayek may just be looking for a bubble here. Potentially Lowe's Pala will need survivability. He's not in a great spot. Dawnlight on him. He just got to stay away from Bayek. But Bayek, he's got himself the short, stout feet of a dwarf rushing over to him. He might not have the biggest of stature, but he's definitely got the Paladin's heart to chase after the target until the bitter end. Look at that, we can actually see something. What do you mean? Hold on, is my shirt that dark? For like on the grand. Silence out of Bayek does go for the bubble for Curdy. That's an okay situation. He's actually feeling kind of okay. He's looking for a bit of the flash of light. Bayek with a full first aid available behind the pillar. That pet is going to interrupt him though. And those tentacles are not going to let him get an easy reset. Curdy still has himself a big reset in case he needs it. Don't VE early on does let him at least keep up with Bayek, but the damage he puts out is huge. He is a Void Weaver, right? Stun will not be able to break out of it immediately. Searing Glare to follow up. Curdy is going to go for a quick fade. We'll need to find a way to get past Bayek. Fear to follow. Get himself a little bit of healing. Does get interrupted on Holy. Has access to Shadow Disperse in case he needs to. Then goes Disperse. For Bayek right now, the best thing he can do right now is just to put in pressure to Curdy. Does go for a stun. Mind game so Bayek can't even go super defensive. Shield of Edits to keep himself alive for a little bit here. Silence to follow up. Curdy getting kind of low on health. Fade for a quick second. Dropping more DPs into Bayek. Big Rift. Shadow Crash as he gets hit with a stun. Wake of Ashes by the Paladin, looking like he's gonna go for a bit of recovery, and Bayek does end up just fighting through it tooth and nail to the very bitter end. But I think he's actually at a point where he has nothing left for anybody else. A WFN, I feel like he's going to be in a fantastic spot. He is giving Bayek at least an opportunity to get himself a bit of a reset, a bit of an honorable match. However, the Paladin just left with not a single way to stop any of the rogue's damage. Pre-cloak in case Bayek has a Hodge or anything and does end up wiping him out fairly quickly. From there on, Wind Fury bot is up next as an enhancement, Shemancement. Root Totem around the corner. I feel like that Root Totem should have definitely connected with the rogue. It did hit him exactly where he was. I was trying to see, like, maybe I rooted him. Maybe he's just still in stealth while rooted, potentially. It's going to be a cheap shot opener. If you can disrupt any opener, any damage by the rogue, that would be helpful. Hex does get a juke out. Vanish out for the rogue is looking to maybe potentially pick up another set of eyes into a Dark Iron Racial, which actually makes it so that he cannot trinket anything for a while. Walling this off. Sunder into WFN with a full stun. Big Ascend. He doesn't have an out. I think for the rogue, it's just lights. Blind to follow. Unfortunately, Wind Fury does not have a way to break out of the blind. But the Earth Elemental together with the Wolves, keeping him healthy, or keeping the rogue at least in combat. Wind Fury bot keeping himself healthy. Does go for the zaps. Knock back on the rogue. The rogue cannot go for a vanish. Smoke bomb for a moment. I don't know if you could just reset up a totem again. Or like a move a root totem. Lasso instead. Just gonna wait. Just gonna wait it out and maybe potentially get enough damage. Just get hit with a disarm. But he doesn't really need weapons being an enhancement shaman. Lightning bolts. As long as he can send more bolts, he's gonna be a-okay. Does not have to break out of that stun too early. Just turns around and hits him with a quick storm strike. Taking him out. So tired of enhancement? What do you mean tired of enhancement? I feel like we barely have enhancement shamans in these duels, man. Barely. Sap out for Nasmushka. Actually, I guess with Sabo, we have been seeing him a little bit more regularly. But like, there's no way you're like, you know what? Enhancement, the most OP class in duels. So tired of seeing him. I feel like this still struggle. Because look at Wind Fury bot. If you don't have an easy trinket, he actually chooses not to trinket here. He chooses to see if he can survive the rogue's go. Through Shadow Blades and everything, Bulwark Totem barely giving him any help to work with. Rooting him out, just try to keep the rogue at bay. The rogue knows he's in a great spot. Wind Fury trying to catch up a little bit of health. Nasmushka is going to get stun locked completely. The more range damage you can do to the rogue, the better. He is going to have to probably wall trinket immediately the first go by the rogue. Potentially just a full trinket go. Trinkets it, does wall. The rogue looking to back himself out of there. As soon as he got anything out of Wind Fury, backing himself out. And should be mostly okay. I really want to see Wind Fury try to possibly fight from one rogue to the next, because I don't think we've had shamans do that. We had shamans beat a red paladin, which was incredible. Nasmushka does get hit with a primordial blind, setting himself up for a killer shot. Does get knocked, catching himself with a quick step. For Wind Fury, he does have the Dark Iron Racial. Maybe that'll be the play. Lightning Lasso does not have a lot of health. Zap once, picking up a little bit of health. Big Ascent, doesn't have anything to work with. Massive Tempest picks up a little bit of health. Especially catch himself a reset behind the pillar. If the rogue goes back in, Wind Fury is in a rough spot. Eyes are available. He will need to go to the far side. He wants to pick up any survivability. He doesn't have anything at all. Dark Iron Racial to remove any dots. He has nothing. All he can do is maybe knock back onto this Bushka. Walked away for a second. Needs to find a way to knock him. Does he have a knock? I don't think he does. Cheap shot? Secret technique? It's over. It's over. As much as was there a gong? Wait, does this arena send out a gong anytime someone dies? I swear I heard a gong just now. I know we had music playing in the background, but I swear I heard a gong. Elo's up next down onto Nasmushka. Doesn't go for a trinket. Breaking past the stun lock by the rogue. For Nasmushka, he's just looking for a full reset around the pillar. If he can land one into a glaives getting thrown in, slows the rogue's approach. Elo's still kind of low on health. Next stun lock and it might be dead. Nasmushka sees himself a good proper stun. Fear into a hunt. Cheap shot. I think it's over for Elo. I think it's over. It's just over. It's just over. And Killer is the last one left over for the team too. I kind of like that combo of the weapons you have with the like the sparklers. The sparklers. Kind of like the... I think I just like that holy looking warglaive. And like kind of matches it sort of. Because it has a bit of this yellow going on. Maybe could have done holy fire too from the season... Was it 2? Full cheap shot. Is it just over for killer? The Smurshka, the rogue, are just out here slaughtering them all. Back to back to back trinkets with advantage for killer. He has a trinket, but is it going to help him? Stuns the Smurshka. Does go for a bit of that sigil of spite to get some resources off of him. The Smurshka is just going to go for a reset. The Demon Hunter trying not to let him get any setup whatsoever. Disarm for a moment. Metamorphosis right after. Does he have a stun? He'll be able to trinket it. Stun to the Smurshka. Killer needs to be extra careful here. Big blade dance into a full takeout on the rogue. I feel like if a rogue got a single stun, it was over. Gassy Hunt not charging out, and killer immediately is going to go for a coordinated assault. Trinket darkness down for killer. Try to see if he can do as much damage as he can, standing in the darkness for a chance that it might end up avoiding some of the attacks from Gassy. Does end up rushing past the trap into the prison. Does get a trinket out of Gassy though. If you could wait him out. Short stun. You have a second stun. We have a second stun. This could be deadly. Big cleave available. Massive cleave. Gossip may need to go for a turtle. Flying up in the air. Is it going to be enough? Lance does connect, but he barely survives it. If he pokes out, it's over. If it pokes out, it is over. Biting shot wouldn't even stop him either. Killer just needs to make sure he's okay. He needs to make sure his backflip is perfect. Backflip into a stun and do some range damage, and you'll be fine. Literally just going to take out the pet. He does meld it. It's over. Holy! I'm actually surprised. I thought the rogue was gonna take it, but he narrowly, barely does survive. I love how close it gets with demon hunters in particular when they duel. Let's get this another one going, boys. Yeah. One of us.